me tell y'all this. So when I went to Terrell, over there by the lake Tawanaya Key, however you say it. Anyway, I met a couple from Dallas as well. They were from Garland, a white couple. So they were over there in their tent, and I pulled up, and it was such a beautiful spot that they were in. I said, "Oh, do you mind if I take some pictures?" I think I shared those pictures because that was a couple of days ago. And so she's the one that told me about Lake Murray. So I said, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go down there." I just got addicted to just going to a different lake, and even if I just go and look. But anyway, so we got to talking and ended up talking about the Lord. And I told her, I showed her my office, but I told her what I do on social media. So she was like, well, and she asked me where the part of town I lived in. I said I live over by Stephen Park. Well, Stephen Park's so nice. Oh, okay. And so I'm like, yes, ma'am. So she was telling me that she taught Bible study. Yeah, I was like, well, that's good. That's how I love to talk about the Lord on social media. So she asked me what my screen name and all that was, and I gave it to her. And she was like, oh, well, I will follow you. And, deep down, I don't care what people say. Some people are cocky and think they're above you. And I could pick that up from people very easy. So I kind of played the role. I would say, well, thank you. But deep down, I would say I could care less if you did or not. So I said, well, thank you. I said, well, you can always go look. I said, well, let me explain something to you. I don't sugarcoat nothing, because I could tell she couldn't handle it. So she said, well, we have to preach, bring the gospel and all that. And I said, yeah. I said, sometime before we do stuff, God will put us through a series of training. I said, I went through a real deep spiritual warfare. So she didn't understand what kind of warfare I was talking about. So she's talking about, yeah, I get on Zoom and sometimes it just goes black. The devil always trying. I said, yeah. I said, well, I'm talking about where you're dealing with him on technology. She just bust out laughing. She didn't understand. I said, I really don't share much of this with people. I said, because all the people that would probably believe me is a witch because they deep into the spirit realm. So she started thinking that I was playing with witchcraft. I wanted to just really share some deep old details with her because she wasn't understanding what I was saying. She thought I was dipping into witchcraft. Oh, well, the Bible said. I said, ma'am, I didn't say that I messed with witchcraft. What I said was that what I went through, only a witch would probably believe me. I said, because like you don't even know what I'm talking about. I started to say, get your behind from behind that book at Bible study and sit down and read it at the feet of Jesus is what I wanted to tell. Because if you don't understand what I'm saying, you ain't got no business teaching Bible study. So anyway, once she realized she wasn't dealing with an average Joe, and she said, well, you know what? She said, then she starts trying to play manipulating game. My dog pooped, right? I had bags in the car. Oh, well, let me get a bag. Oh, here, you can keep it. I don't need the bag was a big old hefty trash bag. It wasn't that much poop. I had little bags for them because they were in the car. So, no, I used the last one, but I had some little trash bag, 13 gallons I keep in the car for when I'm going and trash and. But anyway, so she really was trying to do the fake stuff. I mean, I can read you. Okay? So I played along with, oh, okay, well, thank you. Oh, well, here, you need something to wipe your hands with. Okay, thank you. I'm reading you. Okay. What it is that she seen somebody that she could see it wasn't no match. She didn't know what I was talking about. So I don't like when people try to play mind games with me. I'm not stupid. So I could tell all that was just fake. So I was saying, anyway, she said, oh, I feel like I've been hugged by God. And I said, well, God bless you. I got in my car. I don't like fakeness. I don't. I can read you. Yeah. No, baby. No. She was intimidated that I knew something about God. She was intimidated because I could tell her, oh, you're talking about that. Oh. That's not the conversation. Should have never went there. We was talking about the Lord, and all I said was that sometimes God will put you in a situation before He put you out there. I'm talking about my experience, what I went through. Now, God might have you doing Bible study, but that don't mean you're not used by God. But you trying to sit here and think you're better than me because you're Bible study. I'm on social media battling with Satan. Okay? I'm on social media trying to get my stuff pushed out for the gospel. And I'm dealing with witches. You dealing with witches. I don't have time for that. We're not on here. God is not about, we're not in competition with each other. Not everybody operates in the same gift. There are some people who go through serious warfare, and then there are some that can't handle it probably. When you don't know what I'm saying, when I say I can tell a witch, that's because a witch go off in the spirit realm talking to Satan. And Satan said he sits and laughs at these people that practice witchcraft because they on their way to hell. He said he hates humanity. They carry the image of God. Lucifer, who is Satan, said that in technology. He cannot stand humanity. They carry